Hi, this is Terry. I'm the founder of Shine.Online, your ultimate health and wellness directory, where we feature practitioners from a wide variety of health and wellness fields. We have one such amazing practitioner with us today. Her name is Alla Mac. She's a holistic health practitioner and medicine woman who bridges modern medicine with ancient wisdom. Over 3 decades, she has integrated modern medicine with traditional Chinese medicine, cranial sacral therapy, Reiki, and shamanic practices, receiving medicine rights from Algonquin and Peruvian healers. Based in Ottawa, Alla teaches online courses in unified energy fields and medicine weaving, dedicated to supporting people in their journey of self-healing and self-realization. Having said all that, I am so grateful to welcome with us Alla. Hi, Alla.
Hi, Terry. Such a pleasure and an honor to be here with you today.
Oh, wow. No, the honor is ours. So, would you have anything that could help our viewers today?
I would like to introduce everyone to the concept of this higher self, of their own vertical, and to be able to heal yourself. The first thing we need to do is just to take 3 deep breaths, as we did in the beginning with you, to anchor the energies into this space and time. So if you can just sit down during your busy day and take 3 deep conscious breaths in and out, watching the air going into the lungs, feeling the oxygen moving into the bloodstream, oxygenating the whole body, and then breathe out the carbon dioxide, feel it coming out of you, and do 3 breaths where you focus only on the physical body. That resets the mind and the emotions and brings you to a very neutral and pleasant state of being. We're not supposed to be happy all the time, and it is impossible to do that. But we want to have a baseline of neutrality, because when you are emotionally neutral and when you do not overthink, then the body can naturally heal. So that's my very first recommendation, especially if the day is getting very, very busy, very chaotic. It is really important to stop and breathe. And those students who studied at the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition with me, they know that I'm the advocate that it is physiologically impossible to be in fear and breathe at the same time. So when you get anxious, when you get fearful, the very first thing you do is you stop and you breathe. And you do the best that you can just to center yourself, bring yourself back into the present moment. Release that tension, release that chaos, release that energy that actually interferes with you manifesting that which you desire.
Wow.
And that's the first thing.
And does
This,
that help if someone is having not just fear, but also anxiety or just moments of stress?
yes, because anxiety is fear of the future. Anxiety is fearing to create an outcome that is not desirable. And we want to create a healed outcome. We want to focus all of our energy on that. So in that moment, feel the gravity of Mother Earth pulling you towards her, and just allow Mother Earth to actively start pumping out the tension, the fear, the anger, whatever so-called negative energies you are experiencing in your physical body. Heavy emotions, dense emotions. And just send a blessing to Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth, because she is our primary mother. This is what I learned from shamanic teachings, that you cannot heal yourself or anyone else for that matter, help them heal, if you are disconnected from Mother Earth. You need to be consciously connected to the planet that we are an integral part of. So our first connection is to the mother, Then we connect to the celestial energies. We invite them in. We invite our higher self and soul to embody us even more. And then we can state, I am here. I am now. I am. I remember who I am. I am one. One is. And those are very powerful healing frequencies that bring you right into the center, that help to move consciousness into the center of your heart space where healing begins. Where healing begins. I am here in this place, all of me, not floating somewhere around. I am now, not in the past, not in the future, in the present where all change can occur. I am, and that is enough. I exist, that is enough. I have the right to be me. In whatever state I am right now, whatever degree of freak out I am right now, I have the right to be me and to express myself. I am. I remember who I am, which means I'm not just a physical body. I'm soul and spirit and persona, mental, emotional, feeling, and an animal physical body that is part of nature. I am all of those things, and divinity flows through me as me. I am here, I am now, I am. I remember who I am. I am one, not separated from existence, an integral part of existence, and one is. And that is a life-establishing statement that I choose life over decay.
Wow.
And if you start saying that as a mantra or as a meditation or as a reflection of several days in a row, in a week, you will feel a shift in consciousness because now you're allowing the soul and spirit to take over and to start to naturally align you from inside out.
That's
That is
really a powerful technique. I can't wait to try that myself. I love that we're having a metaphysical kind of conversation here because when we incarnate, we forget where we come from. And it feels like saying these statements is like a way of reconnecting to remember. Remember your source, remember your divinity, remember your alignment, reconnect with your soul and your soul purpose. And it feels very powerful.
That's right. We don't need external programs to tell us how to heal. We need to just remember who we are. And from that point, we start to naturally heal because it's part of our heritage. We are born with a body that knows how to regenerate, not just to rebuild, not just to balance, but how to regenerate. And when we were having our little private conversation, I mentioned that I regrew my ovaries. I don't know how the heck I did it. If I did, I would be very rich. But I was doing a lot of energy work. I was just naturally in that state of, well, not necessarily bliss all the time, but I was in a neutral state and most of the time in a joyful state and being of service to others. And the universe was being of service to me and regrew the ovaries. I was told I would never have children, and I have a 30-year-old son right now.
Wow.
11 years after the operation, they completely restored themselves. And I have medical proof and everything that I didn't just think these things up.
Wow, that's
So
amazing. So your ovaries had been surgically removed and they regrew back?
not all of them, not 100%, but I had like 10% left on one side and about 5% left on the other. So I, of course, lost most of the egg cells because we're born with the egg cells, right? But the hormonal production was restored, and I still had enough eggs to have one child,
There you go.
which was a miracle.
Yeah,
It was a miracle.
that is really amazing. So the power of the body to restore and regenerate is just beyond what our limited thinking can even fathom in so many ways.
Oh, I can tell you some stories that happened with a fellow practitioner of mine who was a gynecologist. A lady gave birth to a child and then her uterus had to be removed because of the postpartum bleeding. And that lady, she grew back her uterus and 2 years later came to the same clinic pregnant again.
Oh my gosh.
Gave birth to a sick child. When you hear stories like that, and that is a true story, it's not a lie, it's not a myth.
Yeah.
It is what our physical body is capable of if you remove the monkey in the head, if you remove the doubt, if you remove the fear, and if you have a strong intention and a strong desire to restore your health, you can do that. You can grow organs back.
That's
It's not
amazing.
impossible. It's
Yeah.
not impossible.
And I've heard of that, and I've read about that in medical literature. So it's not just you saying that, it is a scientific fact that this is possible and it's been documented. But it's still amazing to actually speak to someone to whom that's happened to. That's just incredible. Yeah, very exciting. And so it just really shows that there's so much more to life than we can understand, and then that even that science can explain. And that's why I guess with coming back to the starting point when you were saying you were looking at beyond what prevents people from healing, and your answer really seems to have been our connection to ourselves, to our source, reconnecting to our intuition, and realigning with our full potential in many ways.
Exactly. Creator flows through me as me and takes me where I need to go. Creator flows through all parts of me, or the universe, or divinity, whichever way you perceive that higher power. So as it flows through me, it flows through all parts of me, through my mind, through my emotions, through my energetic and physical body. And it harmonizes and restores me and brings me back to the original divine matrix of who I am.
Wow. That's amazing.
And if you have that perception, if you focus on that, and if you allow that to happen in your physical body as you focus on those higher energies that you are not separated from, you are them and they flow through every part of you, then miracles can happen.
Mhm. That's so
And
inspiring.
then miracles become normicals.
Normicals. Yeah, they become the norm. They become common. They become,
Mhm.
everyone can tap into that. And I think we're at a time in history where people are now more aware and awake. Manifesting, for example, has become popular because people are understanding the power of our thoughts and the power of our energy and of in our vibration. And so manifesting is not just about manifesting money or a job or a romantic partner, but also about aligning to our soul purpose in this lifetime. And you being able to guide people to reconnect for themselves. You now I understand what that means when you say I am holding space for them to reconnect to themselves and to engage their healing systems. Sometimes our body knows exactly what we need, but we don't connect to that. And you're allowing people to reconnect to that.
And I just want to clarify everything you are saying with, I agree with. I just want to clarify that we're not disconnected. We want to consciously connect,
Oh,
consciously connect to that part of us.
so we're not disconnected. We're just not aware.
That's correct.
Okay.
That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. We are never disconnected. It is always available to us. And our physical body never holds grudges. it doesn't remember how much we abuse it. You start treating it right, and it starts thriving. And that's the beauty of it, because it lives in the present moment. So when in the present moment, we are consciously connected to our higher self, to our soul, we start hearing the whispers, the instructions. When the universe starts to talk your language, gives you signs, gives you the numbers, gives you, let's say, birds and insects that bring you information, or animals, or people come through, or books fall on your head from a shelf and open at the page that you need to read, right? Then it becomes a lovely, lively process of returning back to harmony, returning back to that universe that we can trust. From a galactic perspective, not long ago, we came out of Kali Yuga, the darkest ages, where we were furthest away from the central sun, and we had limited access to that vertical. As we are now well into the Bronze Age and moving towards the Silver and Golden Age, now we can start to more consciously interact with those integral parts of us and become them and embody them. I always laugh. I say that ascension is not that way. Ascension is this way. Ascending is not going up into the clouds. Ascending is embodying more of your soul and spirit and radiating it into the world. And when you bring those higher frequencies into the present moment, what happens is your life becomes miraculous. It becomes full of synchronicities. All of the people, all of the events, all of the resources are available to you out of the blue. And you can start thriving instead of surviving. And health, real true health, is about thriving.
I love that. You can start thriving instead of surviving. That's just key. That's what we're looking for, isn't it?
And it's our birthright.
Yeah. Yeah. That is beautiful. I am so energized. I am so excited. I am so grateful that I know you and I've experienced your amazing healing and your courses. And to anyone who's watching, I just need you to know that Alla is offering courses, and you can reach Alla directly through our Shine.Online portal, but we will link to her profile page directly in the show description. And if you have any questions, please make sure to write them in the comments. We'd love to hear what your experiences have been of healing and aligning. Thank you so much, Alla, for taking the time with us. It was just such an honor to have you share your light and your wisdom with us today.
Thank you, Terry, so much. And thank you for your dedication to spreading the light and making this world a better and livelier place.
Well, it's my pleasure, and it's also my purpose. So that was wonderful. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Much love and light to all of you. Bye.
Much love.